My name's Leissa Roberts, and I am an alumni from 1981 from the University of Wyoming. I received my bachelor's degree in 1981, and then I went on and received a master's in 1993 and a doctoral degree in 2009 from another institution. But the University of Wyoming remains very dear to my heart. I never thought I'd be a nurse, and I never thought I'd be an educator. So I grew up on a ranch in outside of Lander, Wyoming, and I was always taking care of the animals. I was very passionate about, caring in principle, and mostly caring for the ranch animals and sort of thinking I'm going to be a veterinarian. Then I came to the university, I took anatomy, I took physiology, and all of a sudden I said, I think I want to care for people. And that led me into nursing, and I've been here ever since. Nursing's a caring profession, and I love being a nurse. Our class, I mean, maybe all of the classes are close, but I feel like we had a very close class, and we always had a lot of fun. But I think one of my most memorable times was we had clinicals in Cheyenne, and our clinicals in Cheyenne were during the fall, one of our fall terms or our winter terms. So we would have to be in Cheyenne at 7 a.m., which meant we had to get up at an ungodly hour because we probably didn't go to bed until midnight or 1 a.m. because we were either studying or fooling around. But we'd get up early, and everybody would drag their butts into the car, and we would travel up over the pass, and many times the weather was not good, so we'd have to leave even earlier than we normally would, and we'd get to Cheyenne and we'd have an amazing clinical day, and then we'd have to do the same thing, and we'd pile back in the car, and we almost always got hamburgers and french fries to eat on the drive home. But on the drive home, we all told stories about how our clinical day had been, and we reinforced one another's learning and knowledge, and it was such a great time of camaraderie. And despite how difficult it was and what any one of us may have faced, we had one another to rely upon. So that was a really wonderful time in my life. I think that many times as nurses we have really good intuition, but we're in a scientific field, and we're taught to rely on science, and we're taught to rely on data and to look at the facts. And sometimes I think that as scientists and nurses, we can step away from our intuition, but I think that we shouldn't step away from our intuition. And there was one point in my life where I was delivering babies at a freestanding birth center. So as a certified nurse midwife, I have an independent practice, and was delivering babies at a freestanding birth center about 30 minutes from the hospital that was our backup hospital. And I had a mom come in who was having her fourth baby, and I had delivered some of her other children, and she usually had great easy labors and smooth sailing, and nothing should have gone wrong. So she came in, and within a couple of hours I just had this niggling sense that something was not right, and I wasn't comfortable. And I went to her and her husband and I said, you guys, I need you to go to the hospital. We're going to transfer you to the hospital. And of course they said, why? And I said, I cannot tell you why. All I can tell you is that I know you need to be at the hospital for this birth, and I need you to trust me. And they said, absolutely. We trust you, and we're going to go. It's not our ideal. We don't want to deliver at the hospital, but if you're telling us we need to go, we're going to trust you. And so we transferred to the hospital, and the baby that was born for no reason that was ever determined needed to be in the intensive care unit for about a week. And had we remained at the birth center and allowed her to deliver there, I don't know that that baby would be alive today. So listening to my intuition, I think, is a very memorable time for me, and I continue to do that to this day. Believe in yourself. Believe in the education that you have received, and never back down from a challenge. So never say to yourself, I can't do this, I don't have the knowledge, I'm not prepared. I would say never quit learning. So when you are faced with a challenge and you're faced with a situation where you don't know something, stand up and say, I don't know, because none of us can know everything. Medicine and nursing is so complicated that it's okay to say, I don't know, but I'm going to find the answer for you. And it's okay to step outside your comfort zone in order to grow. And I would say keep growing, because the knowledge that you leave here with is just your base. That's your knowledge base, and it's up to you to continue to grow on your knowledge base to get you to where you want to be. And the sky's the limit. When you're a nurse, you can do anything.